Hi, I am Harsha. Today I would like to explain on how to do these molarity calculations. Generally we face a little bit difficulty in making the calculations of molarity, and especially when you are working in a lab or otherwise in a pharmaceutical industry. Even I do use it to face a little bit of difficulty in preparing these solutions using these form molarity calculations. I'll explain in a simpler way to understand how to remember this. Molarity, I will give the formula first. Molarity is nothing but number of moles of solute in volume and in divided by the volume of solvent in liters. This is one formula, and another it can also be written as weight by gram molecular weight into 1000 divided by volume in ml. So this is the formula. So how do we use this formula in a practical way? For example, I am asked to prepare some 1 molarity of sodium chloride. So how would I calculate it? 1 molarity of sodium chloride. Firstly, I have to know what is the molecular weight of the sodium chloride, and I am asked to prepare 1 molarity of sodium chloride of 100 ml. For example, just imagine. So the molecular weight is 57.5 grams for this sodium chloride. I will use this formula. If I prepare 57.5 grams and the molecular weight is 57.5 grams, and if you use 1000 ml, that is 1 liter, we get 1 molarity. So if you take 57.5 grams of this sodium chloride and prepare it in 1000 ml of water, then you get 1 molarity of sodium chloride. But I require only 100 ml. So how do you do it? For example, in order to prepare 100 ml, you should not add 57.5 grams. Then it would be a little bit changed here. You need to find out this one. You want 1 molarity. This one is to be found out. And here you are taking only 100 ml. So now you do the calculation. These two will get cut. 57.5 divided by 10, it is 5.75 grams. So you have to take 5.75 grams in 100 ml to get 1 molarity sodium chloride. It is easily, you can do like this. 57.5 grams is required to make it in 1000 ml to get 1 molarity. How much is it required to get 100 ml? Do cross multiplication and you get the 5.75 grams. Sometimes you may not have, so otherwise you may be having only 5 grams and you are asked to prepare 1 molarity. It is very easy again. If 5.75 grams is required to make it 1000 ml to get 1 molarity and you have only 5 grams, how much volume should I use to get 1 molarity? Do the cross multiplication and you get the answer here. So this is how you calculate the molarity. And I was talking about the moles. Number of moles divided by volume of solvent in liters. So what is the difference between moles and molarity? Moles are nothing but, you are talking about the solute. If you are taking sodium chloride and making it in water, then that sodium chloride is something is called solute. And how much quantity you are taking, that is defined in moles. And moles are nothing but molecule. Moles or molecule, anything else. And 1 mole is equal to 6.023 into 10 power 23 Avogadro number. I have 1 mole. That means I have 6.023 10 power 23 atoms. So I'll give some denominations. 1 molarity is equal to 1000 millimolar. 1 millimolar is equal to 1000 micromolar. 1 micromolar is equal to 1000 nanomolar. 1 nanomolar is equal to 1000 picomolar. 1 picomolar is equal to 1000 femtomolar. You have to remember this, and mostly it depends on how much concentrations you make it. Generally people use up to, mostly they use molarity, millimolar, micromolar, nanomolar, but it depends on different experiments. If 1 mole is nothing but 10 power 23 at 6.0 to 10 power 23 atoms, so what about 1 millimolar? 1 millimoles, it is 1000 times reduced. So 1000 times reduced means 10 power 20, 6.023 10 power 23, 10 power 20. We have only 1 micromole, then it means 10 power 17. 1 nanomole, 10 power 14. 1 picomole, 10 power 11. So this is the quantity of the atoms which you have. If someone says I have 1 nanomole, then they are saying that they are talking only about the solute. They are not mentioning that solute in the water. That is, they are not mentioning about the concentration. It may be present in the solution. I say I have 1 molarity of sodium chloride, that means you are talking about the concentration of the solution. But if I say I have 1 molarity of sodium chloride, it can be in a powder form or it can be in the solution. I am talking only about the solute. So you have to remember that one. And you have to remember that you can always reduce the concentration, but you cannot increase the concentration. Like if you have 1 molarity of sodium chloride, you can reduce it to 100 millimolar, 1 millimolar, micromolars and nanomolars, but we cannot make this to 2 molar or 6 molar, something like that. I'll explain very clearly here. For example, you took 100 grams of sodium chloride as a, otherwise sodium chloride nothing but salt. You take the salt and add it in 100 ml, taking 1000 ml, and you have some salty, and you drink it, you may feel a little bit salty. So much of salt is there. And if you take this from this one, you felt it is so high in salt, I want to reduce it. So I will take 500 ml and I'll add 500 ml. So here the concentration of the sodium chloride gets decreased. Here I am taking 500 ml water. I took 500 from this. So the concentration is reduced. But we cannot increase it. You can only increase it by adding more of the sodium chloride, but you cannot increase it itself. So in this way, you can always decrease the concentrations, but you cannot increase it unless you lyophilize it and make it in some small quantities of solvent. I'll explain that one also. When you are talking only about the moles, then you can increase the whatever the values. You can make it up to any concentration. For example, I say I have 10 nanomoles. I have 10 nanomoles of some solute. I can prepare it in any concentration now. If I prepare it in 1 liter, then it will become 10 nanomolarity of solution. But if the same thing, if I take in 100 ml, then that becomes 100 nanomolarity of solution. If I take it in 10 ml, it will be 1 millimolarity of solution. If I take 1 ml, I will get 10 millimolarity. 100 microliter, 100 millimolarity of solution. 10 microliter, I will get 1 molarity. See, from I have only 10 nanomole of solute, but I can prepare 1 molarity also, but I get only very little volume of the solvent to require. I require only that much of solvent. Simple thing. I have 10 grams of salt. I added it in 10 ml of water. 10 ml of water. Here it becomes, we get some X concentration. And if you take the same 10 grams and make it in 1 ml, then how much of concentration it would be? You get more concentrated because you are adding only less solvent. So it becomes 10 times higher than that. In the same way it is happening here. You are taking the quantity of the solute. You don't need to worry about this 10 nanomoles. You are talking, you have to consider only if it is molarity. If it is only solute quantity, then you can prepare it in any volume and make up to whatever the concentration you want. And how do you do percent calculations? If I want 0.9% sodium chloride, these are very simple calculations. If 0.9% sodium chloride should be prepared, you just need to take 0.9 grams in 100 ml of water, then you will get 0.9% NaCl. And we have to every time remember that you have to take the measuring cylinder and make it up to 100 ml. For example, if your solute is having 30 grams and if you are preparing 100 ml and if you add 100 ml water, then it may rise up to more than 100 ml. It may go to 120 to 130, something like that. So we have to always make up to 100 ml. That is very important. And sometimes when you are asked to prepare the concentrations which you have solute which may not be soluble in the water, so in those conditions you have to use some solubilizing agent. Those solubilizing agents can be DMSO or ethanol, and those concentrations when you are preparing, you may add up to the limit of the highest concentration of DMSO which should be used in experiments. Otherwise, if you increase the concentration of more than that limit, that may be showing some toxic effects. So if you are limiting it to sometimes in 1% DMSO should be added in a solution, then how do you prepare it? For example, you have some X drug. You want to prepare this in X drug with 50 gram molecular weight, and you want to prepare 100 millimolarity, and you want to prepare it in 100 ml. See, you have X drug which is of 50 grams molecular weight, and you want to prepare that concentration of 100 millimolarity in 100 ml, and that is not soluble in water, and you have to add some DMSO of 1%. So in this case, how would you prepare it? Easy way, you have 50 grams of molecular weight. So 50 gram molecular weight means if you take 50 grams in 1000 ml, that becomes 1 molarity of solution. If you want to get 100 millimolarity, then how much you should take? Just take like this. You want to get 100 ml, for example. You want to take 100 ml. So how much? This one should be 5 grams. You're not doing this calculation here. From 1000 ml, if it is 50 grams is required. For 100 ml, 5 grams is required. Going on to the next step. This one is ready. Now I need this one. So if 5 grams is required to make 100 ml to get 1 molarity, how much should I add, how much should I take to get 100 millimolarity? Do the calculation here, forget about this, do the cross multiplication and you get 0.5 grams. So that is nothing but 500 mg. So you get 500 mg to be taken in 100 ml with 100 millimolarity. So you got all this. Now you got how much of quantity should be taken. Now you have to worry about this DMSO. How do you do it? This 500 mg should be added in 100 ml of water or something or solvent which contains 1% DMSO. So you will prepare this water beforehand itself and you prepare 1% DMSO. 1 ml of DMSO plus 99 ml of water. You add it, you keep it ready and you take 500 mg and add it and make it up to 1000 ml, 100 ml. Then you will get the required concentration of 100 millimolarity and with the required quantity of 100 ml and with the required quantity of 1% DMSO. This is how you do these percent calculations and using the solubilizing agent with some upper limit. And how do you do these dosage calculations? Generally, dosage, when you are giving it to some animals, then you have to take those in mg per kg basis. So you want to give the drug to the animal, then you have to take that drug in mg per kg. The animal's weight is, for example, if the rat average weight would be some 25 to 50 grams or to 300 grams. So it depends on different strains of animals, rats, and different conditions of it getting it nutrition. If you take some mice, it may be average of 25 to 30 grams. Just I am taking only 25 grams for example, just forget about the rat now. I am taking an example of mice with an average of 25 grams. And I want to prepare 100 mg per kg of X drug. You don't need to worry about the molecular weight here. I need to inject 100 mg per kg. You can give this in oral route or intraperitoneal, intravenous, and it depends on whatever the intended route you are preferring to. But I want to inject 100 mg per kg to the animal. So how do I prepare this? I am taking the concentration as a stock concentration of 100 mg per ml. I prepare like this. I take 100 mg and make it in 1 ml. I get 100 mg per ml. Otherwise, if I have more number of animals, I'll take 100 mg per ml of 10 ml. I'll take 10 ml. You don't get confused here. This is just 100 mg 1 ml. So if I need 10 ml, then I need 100 into 10, 1000 mg, 1 gram in 10 ml. I'll prepare this as a stock, and from this stock I will use it for injecting this concentration. How? If 100 mg is required to be given in 1 kg of animal, then I have only 1 kg is nothing but 1000 grams. So I have only 25 grams. So how much should I take from this? 25 into 100 divided by 1000. 2.5 mg. So I need to take 2.5 mg. So how do I take this 2.5 mg? I prepared a stock here. 100 mg is there in 1 ml. You are understanding? 100 mg is there in 1 ml. So I need 2.5 mg. So how much quantity should I take? This is 1000 microliter. And for simplification, I am writing this as. So 2.5 into 1000 divided by 100. You do the calculation and you get 25. And you are taking this in microliter, so it is 25 microliter. So you have to take 25 microliter of this stock solution to get this required amount of dosage to be given in the animal. So understood? Sometimes if this drug is not soluble in water, then you can also prepare this in 100 mg per ml in 1% DMSO or any other solubilizing agent and then you do this calculation. Sometimes you may feel a little bit more difficult when you are doing some complex calculations, like for example, I am asked to prepare some buffer. I need to prepare some buffer in which some X, Y and Z components are there, and I should make it in water, and that water and of 1 liter of this buffer, and this pH should be some 6, and this X component should have 10 micromolarity, 10 micromoles. Y should be having 100 micromole, and this one should have 1 millimole. So in this kind of complex components including in this buffer, how do you calculate it? You know the molecular weights. Whenever you are taking micromolarity, you have to use the molecular weight compulsorily. So for example, if your X is having 50 grams of molecular weight, then calculate how much you should take it for 10 micromolarity of the solution to be prepared in 1 liter. 50 grams is required in 1000 ml to get 1 molarity, but you need 1000 ml only, but you need only 10 micromolarity. So how do you take? I forgot to tell one formula. M1V1 is equal to M2V2. Here M1 is the concentration which you have. Imagine if it is a stock. I prepared this one as a stock here. So for example, I took 50 grams in 1000 ml. I got 1 molarity, and this is my stock solution, and I need 10 micromolarity. So I'm making it more simplified by taking it in micromolarity. I already said millimolar to millimolar, and from millimolar to micromolar. So 1000 into 1000 into 1000 into V1. V1 is something which you have to take. How much quantity should you take from the solution, from the stock, to make up to M2? This is the one which you want to prepare. You want to prepare 110 micromolarity, and you want to prepare it in 1 liter, so 1000 ml. So do the calculation here. 10, 100. V is equal to 1 by 1000 into 100, 1000 into 100. So you are taking this in ml. So 1 by 1000 means 1000 microliter, and this 1 by 100 means 10 microliter. So you have to take 10 microliter of this stock to get this, add this into this solution, if you are having that in a solution form. Otherwise, if you are not having this in a solution form, then you can add the quantity. For example, 50 grams is required in 1000 ml to get 1 molarity of solution. For 1000 ml, I'm taking this next step simply. For 1 millimolar, how much should I take? 1000 ml. For 1 millimolar, I will take 50 mg. See, I am doing 1000 times dilution here. So I am taking 1000 times dilution. And I need 100 micromolarity. 10 micromole. So 10 micromoles means having 100 times dilution. So 10 micromole is required. So how much should I take? I will do 100 times dilution here. 5 mg, 0.5 mg. 0.5 mg. So this 0.5 mg should be taken and you should be weighed and then added in this buffer. In the same way, you have to do the calculations for all of these. If you are having this one as a solution form, then you have to do this calculation, and if you are having this in a powder form or anything, you have to weigh it, then you should do this kind of procedure and then make it up, and you have to add up in water. And while adding the water also, when you are preparing 1 liter, when you have to set the pH, you should always make sure that you should not add completely. You should not make it up to 1000 ml. You have to weigh some. You have to make up to 700 or 800 ml, and then you have to look at the pH. If the pH is around 4, but your required pH is 6, so you have to add more of NaOH. You have to add NaOH. If you are having the pH of, after adding these 3 components, if you get the pH of 9 for example, then you have to get it to 6. So you have to add HCl. So this is how you have to set the pH and then make up to the 1000 ml, and then you get the final concentration of all the buffers, of all the components in the buffer with the required quantity of 1 liter of the buffer. So this is how you have to prepare the concentrations of buffers or different molarity concentrations or different dosages and different percentage calculations. Thank you for watching the video, and please subscribe to our channel for any more videos like this.